You're watching Oklahoma Live, and you're watching a special edition thanks to JakeFM at 93.3, featuring Nashville recording artist from Broken Bow Records, Mr. Dustin Lynch. And we're so glad to have him come and join us on the main set. Come hang out with us, man.
All right.
From Tullahoma, Tennessee, all the way now to a stage in Oklahoma City. This has been a whirlwind of about like a year and a half, right?
That's right, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Man, Cowboys and Angels really did change my life.
Yeah.
What an amazing song to come along and really just flip my world upside down in a good way.
The whole year of 2012, it was the top 5 country song on Billboard. How cool is that?
That means a lot of people have heard this song.
Yeah, a lot of people have. And it's something that was your first experience to kind of co-write, right?
It really was, yeah. It was actually the first day I'd ever met Tim Nichols and Josh Leo, the two co-writers on the song. And weirdly enough, I had Cowboys and Angels as a title written down, and so did Tim Nichols, and we had never met each other.
So you came to this writing session.
It was fate.
And all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And that was over 3 years ago that we wrote this song. Yeah, so it truly was fate. I mean, now to see what this song's done for my life, unbelievable.
Exactly, being the debut and everything involved. How cool is that?
What was that feeling like when it really started to take on?
You know, when we wrote this song, I'd written hundreds of songs before, but there was something just really special about this.
Sure.
You know, and we had it for about 2 years before we started recording the album. We always knew it was just going to be the foundation of the first album.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's something that took off on radio. We play it over at JakeFM, and it's a highly requested song, of course, along with all your other singles as well. I love to ask this question for artists in particular, especially new debuting acts. When you first heard it on the radio, I'm sure you've told that story before. What was that like? Where were you?
Well, you don't actually hear it because you're screaming at the top of your
lungs. Oh my gosh!
And calling
good thing you know it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And calling my mom, calling my dad, calling all my friends. But I was with several people from my record label who worked day and night to get my music played. So that was a really neat experience. You know, the team that are away from their families hundreds of nights of the year to get my songs put on the radio. I was with them, so that was really cool.
Very cool. So were you in Nashville, or where were you?
We were actually south of Nashville on the highway, headed to a radio station. But the second time I heard it, I was actually in the car with my mom and dad.
Oh,
that's special.
Yeah, my mom started bawling. And,
did she?
Oh yeah, she was torn up. So that was a neat experience.
Very cool.
So then you went from Cowboys and Angels, a very sweet song, to She Cranks My Tractor. Tell us about that next hit.
Oh, the chapter 2, man. It was, it's still a love song, just kind of a different kind of love song.
Yeah.
We wrote that song. You know, I had She Cranks My Tractor as an idea for a while. I thought it was funny, kind of another way of saying, you know, she flips my switch or turns me on or whatever, you know.
Right.
And so we wrote this song to be fun, up-tempo thing, and it's done great for us.
Yeah. As an artist, I mean, what are you digging right now? Because to be a musician, you have to be a fan of music in particular.
Yeah.
What are some things that kind of crank your tractor there?
Yeah, well, you know, I think country music's in great hands right now.
Sure.
You know, with kind of the passing of the torch, to Eric Church, and Luke Bryan and Jason Aldean. Those guys are making great records right now.
Exactly.
What about Keith Urban? Maybe a little bit of a fan of him?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Touring with him coming up?
Keith in Little Big Town, I'm extremely honored. I was actually out in L.A. With Keith this past week, hanging out with him, and we've got a few tricks up our sleeves, so it's going to be a fun tour.
Yeah. With the passing of George Jones and things like that, where people reflect on country music of a long time ago, how does that affect you in a sense? I mean, did some inspiration for songwriting come from things like that?
It truly did. You know, George Jones was my hero, Garth Brooks, and George Strait's hero. So that's a huge deal. I know it touched those guys a lot. You know, George Jones he taught us all how to sing. He's truly,
talk about a voice.
He's truly probably the greatest country singer we've had. You know, to make, in my opinion, to really convey emotion and to record. You know, he's taught Loving Her Today, the greatest song of all time. You know,
really.
So what a career, man! And you know what? I think he went out playing shows. He went out loving what he loved. You know, he went out loving, still playing shows and going at it. So that's a great.
Yeah, when you're in the hospital and you have to cancel shows because of that, I mean, that says something.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, you still love it.
My goodness.
Now, you started as a singer-songwriter. Did you always want to take the spotlight?
I did, yeah. I've always, you know, growing up when I was about 4 years old, I'd dress up like Garth Brooks.
Oh, okay.
You know, my friends were Batman and Spider-Man. I was Garth Brooks, man.
As Halloween or whatever.
Yeah, he was like my superhero. So.
You speak a lot of Garth Brooks. I don't know if you know this. Garth is from Oklahoma.
Of course I did. Yeah.
What about Garth makes you think, hey man, let's be like that, or what's the inspiration behind him?
You know, now that I've got to know Garth a little bit, and a lot of people in the music industry, not only is he great on stage, but he treats people off stage better than anybody. He's a great human being. So that's what I strive to be. You know, I strive to be the best I can be on stage, writing songs and singing, but also be the best guy I can be off stage and off camera.
Yeah, what's that story like the CMA Festival one year? He did 24 hours worth of autographs or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex, now you really had an idea, and it was a good one to do a rapid fire thing.
We've got a little game for you. It's called Rapid Fire. Okay, so we're going to ask you lots of questions. Expect fast answers. First one, how many guitars do you own?
7.
Okay.
What? 70. Are they all in tune?
No.
Okay, good deal. Here's the next one. Do you have any?
Oh, and this is rapid fire.
Oh, go
You're screwing
quickly.
up the rules.
Do you have any hidden talents? Go. Hidden talents.
Yes. You want me to describe them?
Yeah, what is it? Go.
I love to bow hunt. I'm a really good turkey hunter. Never mind. That would be weird.
Okay, that's great.
I'm a really good
hunter.
golfer.
We'll take it. Okay, what's your favorite musician?
Keith Urban.
Oh.
You
you
had
want
to
me
say
to
that, didn't you?
We already answered this. What's your favorite musician from Oklahoma?
Garth Brooks.
Yes.
Are you single? All these ladies
Of
out here
course
want
I
to
am,
know.
yeah.
Well,
Of
let's hear it
course
for
you
the
are.
single ladies.
You
Okay.
might not be after this show.
It's all right. It's all right.
Favorite food?
Ice cream.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
right there. Right there.
yeah,
Ice
I'm
cream.
with you.
Yeah.
All right, biggest pet peeve.
People that get in a hurry on the road.
Or the people get in a hurry during questions.
Yes.
Favorite song to perform, yours or someone else's? Cover whichever. Which one?
It's got to be Cowboys and Angels, hands down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool.
nice. Okay, so first impression of Oklahoma.
First impression, lots of country fans.
Yeah,
Yes,
lots
yes,
of country
right. Is that
fans.
true?
Too bad.
Very cool.
You
We
passed the
appreciate it.
test.
You passed it.
Congratulations.
We want you to hang out and play more songs for us. Can you do that?
I
for
can
us?
do it, absolutely,
Good
yeah.
stuff. It's Dustin Lynch on Oklahoma Live. But on the way in just a moment, we're going to have one of the pastry chefs from Platt College show us how to make a delicious cream puff. How about that? That's next.
I'm
on
hungry.
Oklahoma Live. Let's
We'll
hear it
give
for
you
cream
one.
puff. Thank you. That's great.
Little angel baby, I know you love a